Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, and to the self. Very timeless quotes by the Bhagavad Gita. As we close in on 60 days of this challenge, I reflect on the challenge it has been. Almost gave up, but I think in life you really have to train yourself to get into a new habit or routine and stick with it once you start. This is my reflection on day number 59. Coming up, we'll attempt a wall split today. So take this journey with me and find that journey into the biggest version of you that you could be. Let's do this. Namaste, yogis. It's Goga, kinda like yoga. 2 years in the game, 78 postures later, it is clear hip openers are the big boys or girls in yoga. From sitting ones, lunges, squats, goddesses, hamstring stretches, including the inversions. With this foundation, I'm convinced that we are ready to take a 90-day journey towards the mother of them all. They call it Hanumasana, monkey, or as most of you know it, the splits. Enjoy the ride. So we're going to begin with a bit of warm-up. So jumping jacks for about 60 seconds. Keep jumping up and down, finding that beat of cardio going on there. And then you want to say that you can land on your heels, and you can even widen this jumping jacks as much as possible. 30 more seconds to go. Keep going, inhaling and exhaling. Very good cardiovascular exercise, just to be able to work up the entire cardio system. Gently release. The next thing we are going to do kick crunch for 60 seconds. So that you can kick your hand with your feet, and then you want to alternate. You can even make circles. I'm trying to move clockwise here, then I'll try to counter that rotation here. Just be able to give you guys a bit of a view here so that you see what's going on. Very good exercise, by the way, for the core. And you want to engage the core here as you kick these hands. 60 seconds to we're halfway through pretty much, so but it's a 60-second exercise. And I'm gearing up to my nominee for today. He's somebody I really respect and trust in this journey on Whitey streets. So keep finding that kick crunch, bringing your best game forward, engaging the core, try to keep the upper body as straight as possible. And then gently, so that you can slow down and stop the exercise, take a rest. The next position we are going to do some skipping without rope for 60 seconds. Very good, just to be able to work up that heart rate, And then so that you can feel how it's working all your entire muscles. This is like a full body workout as it is. So keep jumping here, making those nice skips. You can even quicken them a bit, just to be able to bring in that bit of tapas or heat. Inhaling and exhaling. About 30 more seconds to go. I can walk across both ends of the mat here. So day number 59. I hope you guys had a nice week. Mine was okay. It was fine. Manageable for sure. And this is the second last episode for the year, in the split challenge. And then see whether you can start slowing down. And then when you're ready, you're going to stop the exercise. Catch a breath here. Stay here, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Now we are ready for our stretches. So we start with the quad stretch. Let's start with the left side. So I'm going to pull my left ankle towards my left glute. Let me start with the right, pretty much right or left, whichever works for you. And then you want to point the knee down towards the ground. And then you want to keep the chest lifted, elongated here, inhaling and exhaling. Feeling that nice quad stretch on the entire right thigh. Breathing in and out, bringing in some intentionality into the posture. Very good, just to be able to start working these muscles on the legs. Release, we switch sides for 30 seconds. Let's find a quad stretch on the opposite side. So if you had started with the left, you can go to the right. I started with the right, so let me stretch the left. And then I'm giving you a side view here. So you see my body is entirely straight, and then the knee is pointing down towards the ground. Think of it like an imaginary straight line. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is the second last episode before the year ends. We are going to have episode number 60 next week, and then so that you can slowly release. Find your way, lying on your back, and then so that you can inhale, straddle the legs, exhale, bring them back in. Inhale, straddle, exhale, bring them back in. Inhale, open the legs, exhale, you bring them back. I love how this posture has improved because the range of movement is so spectacular. It means like we've been working the hips very well. So you can see the hips are really opening nicely. You can straddle even wider. And this may be good if I ever decide to do a middle split challenge, It's pretty good. Straddle, inhale. Hold it maybe for a bit, feeling that stretch, lift your head off the ground, and then find your way into standing. Go stand in front of a wall. Let's do our favorite single leg swings. We start with the right side for 30 seconds on this side. So you see, even the way the leg swings, there's a bit of ease now as compared to the earlier days when we used to struggle through this particular routine. Now I can see the hips are just swinging, like very effortlessly, which is pretty good because it means you've been doing like a lot of work, especially to open the hips. Yeah, for 30 seconds, swing towards the right, and then when you're done, we switch sides. Shake it out. Single leg swings on the left side. So again, start swinging the left leg for 30 seconds. Yeah, so you can keep the right hand on your hips and just use one hand here. Initially, we used to hold both hands on the wall, but now it's not necessary because you can find easier while still keeping the body straight as you swing this leg. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling that nice movement of the hip sockets. Oof. Then when you're ready, so that you can stop the exercise. Good. The next posture we are going to do here, you're going to come into halfway lift, and then you come up. Just to stretch the hamstrings a bit, halfway lift, come up, or so that you can drop the hands down on the ground and stay here, and so that you can find a deep forward fold, feeling that nice stretch on the hamstrings. Please keep your legs as straight as possible as you bow forward. So you want to completely bow forward towards your knees as you find that deep stretch of the hamstrings. Inhaling and exhaling. You can even grab behind your feet and melt your chest even more towards the ground. Inhale and exhale. You can even press your hands, and so you can press your palms fully on the ground just to deepen that stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. So we are doing this for about 90 seconds or 1 minute 30 seconds. So stay with this sensation. We're almost there, about 30 seconds to go. And then when you're ready, gently start rising up very slowly. Good job. Good job. The next posture you're going to do, come into downward facing dog. Come into downward facing dog. Then bring your right leg between your hands. All right. And then so that you can lift up and come into stand, like bring the upper body up. And then keep pressing on the knee and start sinking your hips even lower. So you're finding like a lunge, and then bring your hands to your hips and then start dropping your knee down. You bring it up. You drop your knee down. You bring it up, powering that back leg. Feeling that nice stretch. Keep the front knee at 90 degrees, knee above the ankle the entire time. So I just keep dropping my knee and lifting up for 30 seconds on this side. Lift up. Drop the knee down, lift up. And then when you're ready, bring your hands down, find downward facing dog. Let's see whether you can find again those pulses on the right side the right side. So I bring my right leg between my hands, and then say they can come into crescent warrior, but with my hands on the hips, and then start dropping the left knee down, you bring it up. You drop the left knee down, you bring it up. So for 30 seconds you can do this. Just be able to start working the knee, and you also stretching the front thigh here as you make these pulses. Keep your chest straight the entire time because you need the weight of this chest above your hips. And we keep going, about 10 more seconds to go in this particular routine. Powering through the back foot. Then relax, hands down on the ground, downward facing dog. Now from here you're going to come into standing. We're going to do some side lunges, a few sets of side lunges. So you say that you can lunge towards the right, and then bring your hands down on the ground, and then switch sides. You're doing this for about 30 seconds, straightening the stretched leg, shift weight on the right, stretch the left leg, and you can keep switching from side to side. Just be able to find that stretch of the hamstrings here as you keep doing this. And you can keep your chest straight as much as possible as you lunge. Maybe feeling the stretch on the opposite leg and the other leg. Find a stretch again. And then maybe one last time here. And then gently release. Find your way into sitting. The next thing you're going to do a forward spine stretch pulse. So that you can grab the tops of your feet. If you can't reach your feet, you can grab your ankle. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, reach towards the tops of the feet. Pulling your belly in. So that's how I'm creating a curve on my belly area here. So you keep reaching. And then see that you can drop your head down. Hold the toes here for about 60 seconds. Feeling that nice deep stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and out. And then gently release. Now bring your right knee bent, and then press the left thigh with your foot. And then so that you can find a hamstring stretch on the left side. Janu Shirshasana. Grab the sides of the left foot, and then so that you can bow forward, or the seated triples. So the right foot is pressing the left thigh as you bow forward even more. And now the challenge you see is whether you can bring your elbows down on the ground. This is a very good stretch for the lower back, by the way. So the deeper you go into this posture, the deeper the stretch you get on the lower back muscles. And yes, there's a way the lower back muscles are connected to your hips. And if you work the lower back, eventually we're actually going also to get into that split progress. So stay here, keep bending your knee a little bit more, inhaling and exhaling. So you want to hold this for about a minute before you transition to the other side. If none of this bending the elbows is not working, you can just gaze towards your toes and lift your chest up slightly, gazing towards your toes. And then when you're ready, slowly release. So we switch sides, same action. I'll give you just a different side view of this. So I'm going now to bend the left knee. Let the left foot press the right thigh. And then from here, see whether you can reach and grab the sides of the right foot. Very good to help you relieve the lower back again, and so that you can bow forward. If you can't reach the toes, you can always reach and grab the ankle. It's perfectly fine. Just be able to ensure you're not overstraining, and then so that you can completely melt into that knee. Breathing in and breathing out. With every exhale, you see whether you can even deepen the stretch. Again, you can always choose to look towards your big toes or your toes. Otherwise, you can just see whether you can melt forward. And you can always bring a micro bend on that knee. You don't need to overstrain. So if they can't reach the floor, you can bring a micro bend to the knee so that you don't also tear your ligaments. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. And then gently maybe lift a little bit, gazing towards the front. Slowly release the posture. Catch your breath here. And then the next posture, let's see, you are coming to downward facing dog. And then from here, we are going to do lizard pose. So we start with the left side. So bring your left leg outside your left palm. Okay? Back foot is strong and off the mat. And then keep pressing your palms down, or otherwise so that you can drop your forearms down like that. And then stay here. Keep the back knee off the ground for now. And then so that you can keep sinking your hips even lower. Lizard pose, dragon tail pose, Uttan Pristhasana, runner's lunge. It comes with many names, but it's definitely one of those crazy and but less intense than frog pose for sure. And send your breaths here. We are holding this posture for a minute. Now you can drop your knee down and then keep the tops of the feet down, and that just feel that stretch. Inhaling and exhaling, and then slowly release by pressing your palms down, and then so that you can push the left knee outwards and find a twisted dragon pose, and then bring your hands down. And then let's switch sides. So again, downward facing dog. So you're going to do lizard on the right side. You bring your right leg outside your right palm, back knee is off the ground, gaze forward, otherwise bring your forearms down for 60 seconds. So you want to keep your knee and ankle on the same line slightly, and then back foot is strong. Stay here for about 30 seconds before we choose to bring the knee down. So you can wiggle that to get the alignment. And then just gaze down, inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you can drop the knee down, bring the tops of the left foot down, and just gaze forward towards your forearms. Feeling that nice stretch on the entire right hip flexors, lizard pose. And at this point, I'm ready to nominate the content creator I think should take over the mantle on day number 59. My nominee is Ifechi Health and Wellness, our mother on YouTube streets. Press your palms down, push that knee slightly outwards, back knee off the ground, find a twist. I will talk about my nominee shortly. And then from here, we see whether we can come into sitting and then straddle bring the soles of your feet to touch. Let's do butterfly pose first. So hold on to the tops of your feet and then start flapping your knees up and down. Just be able to stretch the hips here. So my Ifechi has 2 channels. So Ifechi Health and Wellness is the second channel that got monetized recently. She also has Ifechi Family. She's very big on wellness, mental health, all these things that surround health and wellness. And I feel day 59 is apt for me to nominate her because I know she does some of my exercises with me. So my Ifechi, I throw this challenge to you, Ma, and I'm hoping that you're going to give it justice. Do what you think you can. You can enhance it, you can shorten it, make it what you want it to look like. And then let me know when you're premiering, and then I can share it out to my community. Bend your elbows slightly so that you can bring your chest even lower. So as you try to bring your chest lower, you notice that you are bending even more, creating like a nice shape here with your body. So keep flapping the knees, and then so that you can otherwise just stay here with your body upright. Okay. So best of luck, Ifechi Health and Wellness. I'm nominating Health and Wellness because that's more on the niche, that's more on the niche, but you can also check out Ifechi Family. Okay, so keep flapping your knees up and down, up and down, up and down. Then when you're ready with this butterfly pose, we are going to transition very slowly into another deep stretch. So let's see, I'm going to take my feet on the wall. I want to take frog pose, but I want to take the reclined frog pose. So take your feet as wide as possible into Charlie Chaplin feet, and then you can walk them as far away from each other as possible. The more you walk them, the more your knees are also expanding. So you want to feel that nice stretch on the inner thighs, and you can keep wiggling your toes even further away from each other. And then when you're ready, you can even bring your hands and take a rest here. So the more you stay here, the more you can keep wiggling your toes even further away from each other, feeling that nice stretch. Reclined frog pose is definitely a better alternative as compared to the normal frog pose, where we normally have our knees accessing the ground as well. So you want to actually make sure that, you have this alignment. Try to keep the feet on the same line. So you can use like your judgment here and just confirm that the heels are literally on the same line. And then just relax here, so that you can wiggle the toes even further away from each other. Inhaling and exhaling, breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing your head on your hands. And just take it easy. Take a chill here. Feeling that nice stretch. You hold it for about 2 minutes. I always say I can stay on this one longer as compared to the other one. Because now at least there's no pressure between the ground and your knees. And then just relax here. Finding your edge in frog pose. Oof. And then gently release by turning your feet up, and then so that you can bend your knees towards your chest. Very slowly, you'll feel some very interesting sensation there as you come out of this posture. Then rock, come into sitting, and then straddle your legs as wide as possible. We are going to do a wide seated fold. So take your feet as wide as possible. And then from here, see whether you can bring your forearms down and just stay here. Engage your abs here. You can support your chin on your hands and just feel that nice stretch on your inner thighs. Keep your toes flexed. Just be able to feel that stretch. And you can even take it as wider. If you notice that it's creeping in, you can even take it further towards the back. And then just relax here with your forearms on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Grabbing your forearms, gazing down as you feel that stretch. About 30 more seconds to go. So we are trying to stretch these hamstrings before we start attempting our challenge for today, which is the wall split. The wall split we'll be looking at in a couple of minutes. Breathing in and out. Yeah, so as we get into the weekend, these are some of the routines, that you can try just to be able to get your body stretchy and, bring in more flexibility and mobility, especially to your legs, your back, your joints generally, so they can bow forward. This sometimes is intense because I'm trying to bring in more weight down. Just relax here and then take a rest, release the posture. The next thing we are going to do 60 seconds dynamic split side bend left. So here what you're going to do, you're just going to take your right hand on your left thigh and then reach with your right hand above your ear. Okay, left hand rather, so that you can grab your right big toe, finding a twist here. So it's a side bend and then there's a split happening here on the legs, and just feel this stretch, especially still going on your thighs, hamstrings, the entire lower legs, behind the knees as you find that twist. Maybe switch sides, so you bring your left hand on your right knee and then reach with your right hand above and grab the left big toe. And then once you grab the left big toe, you want to spiral your chest up and look up towards the sky or the ceiling above you if you're practicing indoors. Feeling that nice side stretch on the entire right side of the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Then when you're ready, so that you can gently release the posture. Oof. The next thing you're going to do, find a forward fold for 60 seconds, keeping that split on the legs as you bow forward. So again, you can bring your forehead down, otherwise you can grab the sides of the feet and just drop your forehead down like that. If it's too much, you can just hover over the ground a bit here, gazing down to the floor. Otherwise, you can see that you can bring yourself completely, totally splitting on the middle. Someone can literally see a line here. We'll explore more of this when we start the last, the last set of rounds. Okay, gently release. From here, we are going to take wall split. So see that you can sit next to a wall, straddle your legs just the way you had done that. So take the legs as far as possible, and then you want to point the toes, and then you want to now sink the hips towards the wall, just widen completely. And then once you're here, see that you can hold on to the wall, or maybe press the wall. If it's too hard, you can always slightly bend your knees. I'm going to grab the wall here, and as I grab the wall, I'm sliding my legs even further, and I sink my hips more towards the wall. So this is just to give you that bit of widening, using the hips to widen the posture. And just stay here, pointing your toes away from each other, just to be able to deepen the stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. Oof. Can shake it out just to be able to see what that looks like. Inhale. This is a lot. It's very intense on the hips because it's like you're trying to split on the wall. That's why you're using the wall for support. So you stay here for about 2 minutes just to give the hips enough time to stretch. Oof. You can keep even holding something else. I decided to change the view for you guys here. One of you asked me what is normally on the other side of this balcony. There we go. It's just houses, trees, and everything, so you can see what's going on usually my practice area. And you keep widening, trying to just deepen that stretch as you take your hips more towards the wall. This is what you may have seen on the thumbnail. Okay, and then slowly, when you're ready, you can start by bending your knees very slowly, hug them towards your chest, find your way into sitting cross-legged. Easy sit cross-legged, hands to your heart center. Namaste. Bye guys. Oof. So yeah, day number 60 in view. We'll take a bit of a break for the holidays, and then we'll pick up the practice from January to finish the last 30 days of the challenge, because it was a 90-day challenge. So in January, I'm hoping that we can do daily practices every day for 30 days until we finish this amazing challenge. Have a lovely weekend, guys, and thank you so much for checking in. Bye.